Have you ever wondered how some people manage to rise above their circumstances, while others seem to be stuck in a rut? It's a question that often leaves us pondering, isn't it? The answer to this riddle lies in a simple yet profound concept: the power of choice. You see, life is a series of choices. Every day, every hour, every moment we are presented with a myriad of choices. From the mundane, like what to wear or what to eat, to the more consequential decisions like what career to pursue or who to marry, our choices shape our lives in ways we often don't fully comprehend. Now let me take you on a journey. Picture a woman, let's call her Jane. Jane was born into a family stricken by poverty. She was forced to drop out of school at a tender age to work and support her family, but Jane didn't let her circumstances define her. She made a choice. She chose to rise above her circumstances, to dream, and to relentlessly pursue those dreams. Jane worked during the day and studied at night. She chose to educate herself, to break the cycle of poverty that had gripped her family for generations. And she did. Jane is now a successful entrepreneur, running a thriving business and supporting her family comfortably. But how did Jane do it? How did she rise above her circumstances? It was the power of choice. She chose to view her circumstances not as a prison, but as a stepping stone. She chose to dream, to work hard, to persevere. It was her positive decision-making that shaped her destiny. You see, the power of choice is like a compass. It guides us, directs us, and even when we feel lost, it helps us find our way. It's not about making the right choices all the time, but about making choices that are right for us. Choices that align with our values, our dreams, and our aspirations. So the next time you feel stuck, remember Jane. Remember that you too have the power to change your circumstances, to shape your destiny. Remember, the power to change your life lies in your hands, in your choices. How many times have you been afraid to take a risk for fear of failure? It's human nature to fear failure. We all have dreams and aspirations, but the fear of failing often prevents us from taking that first step. Yet we forget that failure is an inevitable part of our journey towards success. It's not the end, but rather a stepping stone that leads us to our destination. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who invented the light bulb. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His journey was not a straight path to success, but a winding road filled with failures, each one a lesson propelling him towards his goal. Or consider J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before she became a household name, Rowling was a single mother living on welfare. Her manuscript was rejected by not one, not two, but 12 publishers. Yet she didn't let these failures deter her. She embraced them, learned from them, and ultimately used them as stepping stones to become one of the most successful authors in history. And then there's Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered U.S. presidents. Before he became president, Lincoln faced numerous failures in both his personal and political life, but he didn't let those failures define him. Instead, he used them as learning opportunities, leading him to his eventual success. These stories illuminate a profound truth. Failure is not something to be feared, but to be embraced. Each failure is a lesson, a guide, a stepping stone toward success. It's through failing that we learn, that we grow, and that we inch closer to our goals. So, the next time you're faced with the possibility of failure, remember this: it's okay to fail. In fact, it's necessary, because without failure, there can be no success. So, instead of fearing failure, embrace it. It's your greatest teacher. Ever heard the phrase, "If at first you don't succeed, try again"? Well, it's more than just an old adage. It's a testament to the power of persistence. Persistence, my friends, is the engine that drives us towards our goals, the fuel that keeps us moving when the road gets rough, and the compass that guides us when we lose our way. It's the tenacity to keep going, even when every fiber of our being screams to stop. Let's consider the story of Thomas Edison, a man whose name is synonymous with innovation. Edison wasn't born a genius. He was a regular guy with extraordinary determination. He failed over 1,000 times before he successfully invented the light bulb. When asked about his countless failures, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." You see, it was Edison's relentless persistence that eventually led him to success. He didn't see failure as a setback, but as a stepping stone towards his goal. He understood that every failed attempt was a lesson learned, a stepping stone on the path to success. This is the power of persistence. It's the refusal to give up, the resilience to keep pushing, the willpower to keep trying. It's about understanding that failure isn't the opposite of success, but rather, it's a part of the journey towards success. Persistence is what separates the achievers from the dreamers. It's the difference between those who merely wish for success and those who work tirelessly for it. It's a quality that can turn dreams into reality and obstacles into opportunities. So when you're faced with challenges, when the odds seem stacked against you, remember Edison and his light bulb. Remember that every failure is a stepping stone towards your goal. And most importantly, remember to keep trying, to keep pushing, to keep persisting. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get back up. It's not about how many times you fail, but how many times you try again. Always remember, persistence is the hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did. So, what's the secret to success, you may ask? Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed today. The power of choice is truly remarkable. Every day, every moment, we have the opportunity to shape our future through the decisions we make. But remember, it's not about making the right choices all the time, it's about learning from the wrong ones. This brings us to our next point, embracing failure. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. It's through our failures that we gather the strength and wisdom to succeed, and finally the power of persistence. As the old saying goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. Success requires time, patience, and relentless pursuit. Success isn't just about making the right choices, embracing failure, and being persistent. It's about believing in yourself and realizing that you have the power to create the life you desire. So start today, make that choice. Embrace your failures, be persistent, and watch as you create your own success story.